Alright guys, just saying here, back for another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the original Blue Boys on a full 200% leader skill, as I'm sure a lot of you guys have managed to pull them or get some copies of them on the Vegeta and Trunks banner, which is going on global right now. So, I figured we could do a showcase on them, see how they're looking now, because they have been out for almost like 2 years now, right? Or around 2 years, so they are pretty old, and I'm curious to see how much they've aged, because I mean, there was a point in time where these guys were, what, like a top 10 LR in the game? At least on release, I know they were very, very good. So, I am curious to see how good they're going to be looking now on this team. With the gods, they do actually share 6 out of 7 links, so that's going to be the partner we're going to be running them with. You know, they work very well together, so maybe if you want to run them as a rotation, I recommend it because I think regardless of whether these guys are going to be good or not, I think it's safe to say that they're extremely fun. And, you know, it's a Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Kaioken, Goku, and then Evolution Blue Vegeta in one card. I mean, from the Tournament of Power, too. How is that not hype? So, like, you know, I still feel like they're going to be a really fun card and all that. But let's just see how they're going to be looking like actually attack stats-wise and numbers-wise in the event, which we'll go through later. Keep in mind, I have timestamps in the video, so if you want to skip to the showcase, just skip to that. But I am actually going to go over the details of the unit. But before we do that, I do want to say, just make sure you guys like and subscribe. I really appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me, and if there's anyone else you want me to do showcases on, let me know in the comments. And yeah, I mean, let's just get right to it. So, starting off with their leader skill, it is All Out Struggle or Join Forces category Key +3, HP attack and defense plus 150%. So, unfortunately, it's a 150% lead, so it's not really that useful, but I mean, I guess you could find some use if you're maybe new or free to play. And then for his 12 key super attack effect, he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage to enemy, and lowers attack. So, the lowering of attack is very nice. And then, of course, the 50% attack and defense is very, very nice. And then for his 18 key super attack, he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage to enemy, and lowers attack and defense. So the lowering of defense too is pretty nice. Just stuff like Super Battle Road, you can make use of this, or honestly any event where you can lower attack and defense, right? But combined with the lowering of attack and increasing your defense by 50%, the enemy that you're hitting and lowering attack, if he's hitting this guy, he's taking like no damage, right? Because you're getting so much defense on super attack, you're lowering their attack, and honestly, I just think it's going to be a really good combination. So, yeah, so really good right there. And then moving on to his passive skill, he gets attack and defense plus 70%, and then an additional attack and defense plus 7% per key sphere obtained, chance of performing a critical hit plus 7%, then he gets key plus 2 and launches an additional attack, up to 3 additional attacks within the turn per rainbow key sphere obtained. So, basically, if you get 1 rainbow key sphere, you do 1 additional attack. If you get 2 rainbow key spheres, you do 2 additional attacks, and then etc, etc. So, pretty good right there. I would say the numbers are a bit low. Like 70% attack and defense for sure is not really that good of a buff. I think if this guy were to release today, this would have to be like at least 150%. Combined with the attack and defense he gets per key sphere obtained. But the 7% attack and defense per key sphere obtained is still kind of low, but I mean, I don't know, if he had just like better base stats, like again, if that 70% attack and defense went up to like 150% or 170%, then I mean 7% attack and defense per key sphere obtained would look a little bit better just because his stats are going to be higher at start of turn anyway. But not a horrible passive skill right there. For sure, pretty low numbers and not really a lot going on. But still, I mean, considering his age, I would say we could find some use with this. And then moving on to his active skill, the condition is it can be activated when HP is 58 or 50% or less. I'm used to saying 58% or less. So 50% or less is a pretty solid active skill condition. I mean, there's no turn restriction on it or anything. So at any point in the fight, if you are below 50% HP, you can just pop this and do a lot of damage. So I still think it's a pretty good effect. I mean, the effect is a little wonky because it lowers defense by 50% to be more specific, but you could still find some use for it as you're going to increase your attack by 70% and get full 24 key. So for sure there is some use for it, but I don't know. I mean, the lowering of your own defense by 50% is a lot. And I don't really know if these guys are going to be looking the best defensively anyway start of turn. So the fact that he's lowering it by 50% does kind of affect this unit's performance, at least for that turn. But for sure, the 70% attack and the 24 key is very nice. And then moving on to his links and categories, he has Super Saiyan, Godly Power, Warrior Gods, Kamehameha, Tournament Power, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. So some pretty solid links here. He's going to work very good with a lot of just Gokus or God Gokus and God Vegetas and stuff like that. And he has Tournament of Power, so for sure he's just going to work. Actually, this guy's going to work pretty good with the UI Goku, the AGL one. I think this guy also shares 6 out of 7 links with him, but yeah, so pretty solid there. And then for his categories, he has All Out Struggle, Representatives Universe 7, Universe Survival Saga, Realm of Gods, Pure Saiyans, Joint Forces, Full Power, Kamehameha, Powerful Comeback, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, and then Bond of Parent and Child. A couple here stand out, like Bond of Parent and Child, Power Beyond Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, and Pure Saiyans. But a lot of the others need 200% leads to be really good. So, as far as his categories go, you're only really going to be making use out of a couple. But the fact that he has so many is for sure still really nice. So yeah, I mean, level 10 links right here, as you already saw. We have no equipment on him because this is a private server. I can't really do that. And then this is a pretty good spread for him. He's got some crits and additionals. So pretty solid right there. And yeah, with all that said, let's go ahead and cut to when we are in the Legendary Vegeta event. Okay, guys, we are here in the Legendary Vegeta event. We've got a pretty good opening rotation, actually. We do have them with their ideal linking partner, and we have some support right here, so we should be looking pretty solid. Keep in mind that Legendary Power and Kamehameha are going to activate when he is performing a super attack, so we are 6 out of 7 links right here. The only link we are missing is Tournament of Power, which is kind of crucial. I mean, it's a little bit of defense and attack, so it does actually make a little bit of a difference, but I mean, it is only 7%, so it is what it is. But start of turn, we are at 143k defense, which I would say is alright. I mean, that's not really amazing start of turn, but you got to keep in mind that we are getting a lot of defense on our key spheres that we get, and of course, we get a lot of defense on that super attack that we perform. So we did manage to pick up, I think, 7 key spheres, and we did get, I think, 3 rainbow key spheres as well. So we are going to have the additional normals following his 18 key super attack. And yeah, defensively, we jump up to 178k, which is not really that good because once we perform the super attack, we're not even going to be at 300k defense, which, I mean, under 300k defense is really, really bad right now, especially if you don't have any tech like guard or damage reduction. Okay, under 300k defense, but we did manage to get a 7 million attack stat, which is pretty impressive considering we got a bunch of normals following. We're lowering attack and defense, and we could have crit right there. So, actually, kind of a solid showing right there. Not really horrible offensively, but defensively for sure, we were a little bit on the lower end. But let's see what he's looking like if we can get some better key spheres with him. Because, of course, if we can get like a full field of physical key spheres, we could be looking a lot better defensively. But yeah, overall, I would say not a horrible first showing. I just kind of wish he was, of course, at a higher defensive stat. But offensively, we were actually looking really good right there. Basically, a 7 million attack stat with the additional normals following that can all crit is pretty solid. For sure, really solid right there. I mean, yeah, I think this does kind of prove what I was saying earlier. I mean, even after this first rotation, I think I can just kind of say it, is that you pretty much are only going to want to run this guy in difficult content when he has type advantage. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll take him in a red zone stage, see how much damage he takes there. But right here, we have a pretty good rotation as well. We're also going to have the support from the PyCon. We are going to have 6 out of 7 links active. Once again, no, I didn't mean to click on you. But at start of turn, we're at 119k defense, which is kind of bad. I would say I wish it was a little bit better. But, well, you know what? Let's just use the items right here. Actually, wait, no, I don't want to use the items because the gods are going to kill in slot 1. But I did get 8 key spheres with them, so it's a little bit more than the last rotation. And we are up to 158k defense, which, again, is not really that good because, I mean, post-super attack, you know, we're not even at 300k defense again. I think we're going to be a little over 200k, which, I mean, that's still just bad, right? Just outright not really that impressive. However, I mean, if we get an additional, that could shoot us up to well over 300k, actually. So yeah, there is that. But offensively, we are at a 6.2 million attack stat. We did get some rainbow key spheres, so we are going to have some additionals following if we don't kill right here, which of course we are. But we did do 4.8 million damage with a crit. So for sure, pretty good offensively. That was some pretty solid damage. But you got to keep in mind that he had, actually no, I don't think we had the support from PyCon right there. But we did have 6 out of 7 links. You know, we're rainbowed level 10 links, and we are on a 200% leader skill. So, I mean, this is kind of their best showing, right? And not even being at 300k defense post super attack with 8 key spheres obtained is for sure very unimpressive. I was going to say impressive. No, that's not impressive at all. That is very unimpressive, actually. So, I mean, seeing these guys only with a couple dupes in them or only at 55%, they would be significantly worse. And I don't even want to imagine what they'd be at. They would probably be, like, only at 100k defense, like, maybe, like, 120k defense with all the key spheres you get. And, I mean, honestly, I really don't think that's good, right? I think you at least need, like, if you're not going to have any guard damage reduction or anything like that, you need at least 500k defense to even survive some of these difficult events. And even then, 500k defense, you're still going to get clapped up, right? If you don't have type advantage. So I mean, unfortunately, they do kind of fall under the category to where they're doing a lot of damage, yeah, but defensively, they're just not looking good. But anyway, so start of turn, we have 154k defense. We do have 50% defensive support right here, so of course there is that. And I mean, I don't know. I feel like that is still kind of low considering we have 50% defensive support. But I'm going to go ahead and use the orb changing items right here so we can get a full field of physical key spheres. Hopefully. Yeah, we can. Okay. And actually, it looks like we can still get some rainbow key spheres. So we are going to manage to get, okay, 2 rainbow key spheres and 20 key spheres. Keep in mind, we have 6 out of 7 links right here. We have 50% defensive support. And yeah, we jump up to 252k defense. So now we start getting into the, I mean, I was going to say more impressive numbers, but even this really isn't that impressive. But he's still looking a lot better for sure. Because post super attack, we are going to be almost at 400k defense. And if we get the additional super, actually, we could be looking at like 500, 600k defense. Which, around 600k defense, with the attack stat that he's going to do, which I'm assuming is going to be very high. I mean, I'll take that, right? We got some crit chance going on as well. So, honestly, we could just be doing a lot of damage right here. And combined with, like, 600k defense, like I was saying, is actually somewhat solid. So, let's see what he's looking like offensively right here. Keep in mind, we have 2 additional normals following. Yeah, I mean, 8.7. Not really much to say. 8.7 is pretty impressive. Can we crit right here? No, we unfortunately did not get the crit, but we are getting crits on the normals, which is pretty nice. So, yeah, I mean, pretty impressive, I gotta say. Offensively, he's looking very good right there. We did not get the additional super attack, so defensively, we're still only around 400k defense. Actually, it was a little bit lower than 400k defense, but, I mean, I guess that's not horrible, right? Considering he's 2 years old, there's still some value in that. I'm going to go ahead and try and get his active skill right here. I'm going to try and put the, yeah, I'm going to keep the Gohan in slot 3. Hopefully he can take enough damage so we can pop the active skill, because keep in mind we do have to be below 50% HP, which, I mean, I don't know, now that I'm remembering what his active skill does, the fact that he lowers his own defense for 50% for 1 turn is pretty bad, because his defense is already so low. I don't really know if, like, I mean, are you even really going to want to use his active skill unless you're trying to nuke or something? I really don't think you are, but, okay, so we are not below 50% HP right here. We still have 1 more rotation of just him being normal, so actually, I'll try and get his 12 key super attack off right here just to showcase that, because I don't think we've gotten that off in the video yet. Yeah, okay, so we can do that to get his 12 key. We only got 4 key spheres, so yeah, I mean, I wasn't really expecting a huge jump in defense. Only 139k, but keep in mind, we do have the additional normal coming right here. And then if we could still hit a pretty good number offensively and get that additional normal, we would still be doing some pretty solid damage right here. But yeah, defensively, we're only at like 200k defense, which, of course, is not really that good. But we're at a 3.57 million attack stat, and I mean, that might not be the craziest number, but boy, I gotta tell you, these animations are crazy. His 12 key and 18 key animations are just so clean. I really wish this guy was better just so he could be more usable, because these animations are really, really good. I mean, it's like I was saying earlier in the video, it's a Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta from the Tournament of Power, so, I mean, it's pretty hype, right? And, I mean, these animations are just really, really crazy. But yeah, not really the most impressive attack stat right there. I think it was like a, what, 3.5 million attack stat, so not really the craziest. But, I mean, we did have some additional normals following and whatnot, so, I mean, as far as damage goes, I guess we were still looking alright. Hopefully we can take the damage right here to go below 50% HP. I don't want to die, though, so that could be kind of difficult. Okay, 64k. As long as this Vegeta takes another normal, I believe we're going to go below 50% HP, right? Okay, that's not a normal. This might do some damage. Are we dead right here? Oh, we were just barely alive. Okay. As long as Pikkon dodges, then I think we're good because the Great Saiyaman 1 and 2, of course, have type advantage, so they should be fine in slot 3. But I don't really think the Pikkon would die, even if he takes normals, right? Yeah, only 1500 damage, so we're fine right here. We almost died, though, so we were very, very close to dying. But we can get the active skill for sure because I think it's pretty safe to say we're below 50% HP right here, right? Yeah, 32k health. Okay, well, yeah, we can get this off right here, though, so we should be looking pretty impressive offensively. Yeah, let me make sure I don't have the skip on. I do have it on, okay. So, yeah, let's go ahead and play this. I mean, yeah, the quality of this is really good, too. Yeah, straight out of the anime. That's cool. That was cool right there. So, okay, so keep in mind, we got 50%, or no, we got 70% attack. We went up to our full 24 key super attack, but we did lower our defense by 50%. So, yeah, start of turn, we're only at 71k defense, which is, that's pretty bad. I did save all these key spheres, or all the items to change key spheres for this rotation, just so we can get still the full field of physical key spheres, just so we can get the highest attack stat possible. I'm kind of slurring my words a lot. Sorry about that. It's pretty early for me. But yeah, so right here, we are 6 out of 7 links again. We have 71k defense, and then this is going to jump up to... How much defense? 128k. So 128k defense is really bad because after we super attack, we're still only going to be around 200k defense. But offensively, I mean, I don't know, man. I think we're going to be looking really good right here because we have over 2.5 million just raw attack. So, I mean, I feel like we can get a pretty crazy number. 17.4 million. Keep in mind, we did not nuke with him. Those items that we used on him were only changing the key spheres. They were not giving us any attack buffs. And we were at a 7 million attack stat for a 15.5 million crit. That is crazy. That is so much damage considering we had an additional normal following that probably would have done like 2 million just on a normal. So, wow. Very impressive right there. I gotta say, honestly, this guy's kind of a glass cannon, which is a good thing for this guy, because being a glass cannon in today's day and age, considering how old he is pretty good. Because, of course, defensively, he's not really looking that good, but, I mean, oh my god. That attacks that 17 million with crit chance. And we had additional normals following. That was really, really good. But you do have to keep in mind that defensively right there, he was at like 200k defense, which sucks. That is horrible. That is very, very bad. But, I mean, I'm pretty impressed. I gotta say, offensively, very, very strong right there. So, I don't know, maybe if you want to nuke with this guy, you could run him and you can have some use in that. Maybe if you need to bring him in the punching bag event, for sure, maybe there might be better options, but I mean, he could still be useful, because keep in mind, you're not going to get his active skill in the punching bag event, because you don't take any damage there, so you're not going to get below 50% HP. Actually, I do think we're dead right here. I think the Int Vegeta is probably going to die right here in slot 3, but this is pretty good, because this gives us a chance to showcase him in, honestly, I don't know. I got to think of a red zone stage to take him in, but yeah, I'm gonna decide that, and then we're gonna go ahead and cut to when we are in a red zone stage to see if he can tank in there. Okay, guys, so we are here in the 7th stage of the GT red zone. We are facing Omega Shenron. Now, I know he for sure has kind of fallen off in difficulty over the just releases of stuff like the Heroes red zone and then the Wicked Bloodline red zone, but I still think it's very safe to say that this is still a very, very difficult stage. And, of course, we do have type advantage, so I figured it'd be a good kind of way to bring him in and see if he can tank normals right here, because I don't know. I feel like we might just completely die right here, or we might live. I am going to bring, or I did bring the items right here to change him so he can be at a full 24 key. I believe the Piccolo is going to tank in slot 1, so I think we should be fine right here. And I'm actually not going to pop his active skill, because I do not want him to lose out on the defense he's going to be getting. because I think his defense is going to be pretty crucial into him tanking right here. Well, of course, I mean, defense, you need defense to tank. I worded that very poorly, but he is at 262k start of turn defense, and what I was trying to say was that if I pop the active skill, this would just go exponentially down, right? I think we would be below 100k defense start of turn, so we wouldn't be anywhere near this after we got all of our key spheres. So I really, really want to try and make it to where he can tank double digits, because, I mean, if he can tank double digits and this stage right here without any items active or anything, that's pretty impressive. I would say that is for sure pretty good. So, I mean, even Piccolo is taking some damage right there. So, I got a feeling we're probably gonna die right here. I mean, I think it's safe to say. But keep in mind, Piccolo does not have his full damage reduction right here. But offensively, we're still at a 10.5 million attack stat, which we've already discussed this. He's crazy offensively. We don't really need to go into any further detail about that. An 8 million crit, though. That's really good. But I'm curious to see how well he's going to be able to tank when it comes to his normals. So, per normal, we're taking, okay, so around 10,000 damage. I'm okay with that. Around 10,000 damage per normal from Omega Shenron is actually somewhat impressive. Keep in mind, though, we had a pretty, like, insane rotation for him. We do have the support from the Piccolo, and we do have 6 out of 7 links active. Again, we're rainbowed level 10 links. We're on a 200% leader skill still. And, I mean, we did get a full field of physical key spheres, which is completely unrealistic. You are not going to have that in most of the red zone runs, especially if you're taking him in this stage. I highly doubt you're going to be running orb changing items. You're probably going to want to run some damage reduction items or something like that. But, yeah, that has been the video still. Let me know what you guys think of this guy down in the comments below. Let me know if you managed to pull him on your Vegeta and Trunks summons, if you summoned. And then, yeah, that has been the video again. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.